Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, and we're back with more Faster Than Light on the Red Wolf, where we are bleeding. We are in some serious trouble here. We have actually a really good loadout. The only problem is that we don't have much life because we've had some pretty bad encounters. And worse, we're in a Zoltan sector, which we have struggled with some Zoltan ships mightily this run. So right now my biggest goal obviously is to survive. Let's see if we can do it. First thing I do here is, and this is still a post commentary because I had a recording problems before, voice problems before, was sick with allergies, and somehow I still sound like a smoker or something, so sorry about that. But my goal here is to avoid fights because Zoltan ships with Zoltan shields that I can't crack even with multiple burst lasers. Oh well, let's stop here. I get the stasis pod event, and I was sitting with the stasis pod, and that's how you get the United Federation. I have a Crystal crew member now. I was not expecting that at all, and I already have a really good boarding party. Crystal crew member would actually complement my team very well, but I have two Mantis. So now I really want to keep my ship alive because there is still hope if the next sector is the Rock Homeworlds that I can make it to the Crystal sector and get a bonus jump in, but looks like it's now or never. I'm going to have to fight somebody. I was going to try and jump to get to a store. So let's see here. 5 health. And they have a laser as well. Oh, 5-shot laser. I can cloak through that, but the missile is what worries me, because if it's a Leto missile, I am okay, but if it's an Artemis missile, 3 shots will knock me down. So quick Mantis in the cockpit. I just forgot what that room was called. I'm not doing so hot today. I'm sitting on 66 scrap that I probably could have used to upgrade my cloaking, but I didn't, so that's my mistake. I'm just trying to burst through stuff as much as possible. Fortunately that missile missed, but unfortunately I can't use the hull beam. So they do have a med bay that's up and active, and right now I am in a shit ton of trouble if I can't burst through their shields. So hull laser's not the fastest laser in the world. Let's see if I can actually get the med bay like this. So my crew's starting to die. I could actually send the slug and the crystal crewman in here. There goes a missile again. I'm not going to cloak out of that one. So it is an Artemis missile. I'm down to 3 health, and if that hits me again, I'm going to have some serious issues. So top priority is taking that out. Fortunately, it's out now. The question is, do I want to try and board the ship and get back? I could jump away to the distress beacon, and actually, yeah, it looks like I did that in a panic. I didn't realize that I'd actually taken their weapons down. And I'm not going to do any damage to my ship. If I dock, I could actually take 3 hull damage and kill myself. So yeah, I didn't need to run from that fight. I'd actually just worn it down, but I guess what I was thinking too is they put all hands on deck to repair the weapons room, and it's entirely possible that they could have repaired it and then Artemis missiled me to 1 health, but I do have scrap for repairs. That'd be a much better reason to sit and save it than just using it for cloaking, so we live. Don't really want a heavy laser, don't really want an ion bomb or S-bomb. I could use the rock crew member instead of one of my humans, but Will and Zaz have both been leveling valuable skills. So we're pretty much at the exit. There's all kinds of jumps and opportunities for scrap I could have hit that I missed. But I'll go and see what I can find down here. I have long range scanners, so it's easier to spot things. So I'm going to start with a fight here. Now that I'm closer to full health, it doesn't really matter too much what he does, although I don't want to get missiled again after just repairing. So gotta wait through this cloak, and he does have 2 shields as well. So cloak those missiles. For some reason probably should have cloaked the larger missile. I didn't. Probably could use level 2 cloak, and now it's probably going to do tons of... Oh, missed. Okay, so should be able to take down the right weapon system with this shot. Hull laser doesn't do a ton of damage. Unfortunately, I did not take their missile the first go around. If I'm smart here, I'll probably shoot the lasers ahead of time, but the Cloaking kind of makes the choice for me. I just gotta hope. Oh, it's another lucky miss. That 35% evade chance is really working out for me today. So, he can't dodge now. And he's probably not going to fire, or I can cloak out of the next missile. So, first priority is taking that out, and then I'm just going to beam him to death. Oh, no I'm not. That's like I said, the hull beam is slow. And their cloaking's actually still up, which is a little bit of a pisser. Okay, so some scrap. I'm still alive. Do I just jump to the next sector? Okay, it's a pirate or a Zoltan, so no rock homeworlds. I mean, that sucks in a way, but you know, I have the crystal crew member. It's just a feather in my cap. There's been plenty of people who've missed the crystal homeworlds plenty of times, especially when I'm getting boarded by Mantis now. So this is not the ship you expect to see in the Zoltan sector, but oh god, they're summoning my engine too. This is not going to be pretty. So just time to abandon like half my ship. And unfortunately, taking the Zoltan out of there is going to lower my weapon power. But if I take power from my oxygen supply, maybe I'll do some good. This is where I'd really like to have upgraded doors, and I'm actually smart and lock these guys in. They walk themselves into there and now they get to suffocate. Take out my shield guy too while I'm at it. So lots of pausing here, but when you have 4 Mantis invading your ship, you get to pause as much as you damn well please. Unless you're in a no pause challenge. Which maybe I should pick that up and try again. Still thinking about what I want to do. Oh, that's right, I am thinking, hey, let's depower the oxygen. But with the Zoltan in there, he's like, I'm going to power this anyway just because I poop energy. And those guys could totally go around to cloaking, but they're going to go through the doors instead. So maybe I can smoke them all out. We haven't even exchanged volleys yet. So their boarding team is pretty much taken care of. I'm a little surprised there's no transporter on that ship. Oh wait, yeah there is. I'm dumb. And if I was really cocky I could just hull beam a lot, but instead I opt for system damage because I want to take down their big missile launcher first. And it looks like I'm going to be able to hold them off in time, especially if I use my Crystal Crew Member's lockdown ability to block them out. But there's your necessary cloak. I have 90% evade, not 100%. That's because my engines aren't manned. Let's get everybody back. Or we'll wait until we don't take asphyxiation damage. So just fire the weapons. This is a 3-shield ship, so just want to do some hull damage. Let's get everybody back on board to where they belong. Simple, simple stuff. It says fight's taking a little longer, but the fights are supposed to get more complicated later in the game. Question is, can my 2-person boarding team beat this squad? Well, at least there's no med bay. I don't know who's trying to repair what. Now it just looks like they're both coming in for broke, so I should be able to do this, as long as I don't get stupid and fire weapons. Okay, so that guy's actually chasing me, that's surprising. I guess the question is, do I want to risk losing one of my boarding team? I probably could. So I just, yeah, you don't have to win every time with boarding. I'm not doing a high score run here or anything. I just want to get a win with the ship. So let me just actually take a quick pause here real quick. So let's see, just swap these guys in and out. And do I board? Of course I board. Just gotta let the transporter go down. Soften up that room, and oh, killed him with the laser. That works pretty well. Didn't even need to drop someone on there, that's right. Beam weapons, they're good for that, or excuse me, lasers are good for that as well, like I've said, I'm sure, plenty of times before. You can just pew-pew somebody out of the sky, so there's another store. I got 121 scrap. Not really a lot to buy, but might as well check it out. So yeah, I could get drone control. Not really anything to sell. Maybe would want to pick up something to replace that last basic laser, so just repair, fuel, and I pretty much got the loadout I need. So pretty easy going, you could say. So just a quick jump. And we're almost through Sector 6, where we just don't really have anywhere else to go other than the exit. So alright, get a slug crew member to talk this guy and let him go. I hate Zoltan people because this is the kind of thing where they'll board you and fight you, but instead with the slug guy dominating his mind, I get 3 fuel out of it, so even better on the fuel front. Should be fine for Sector 7 as well. So one last jump because I probably can't make it to that other node. So nothing here. Next sector. Zoltan or pirate. I'm tired of dealing with Zoltans. It's kind of like the... Oh, it's a green sector, it's easy. No, not really. Zoltan ships can fuck you up in a hurry, as you've well seen here. So Zaz needs a quick heal. And what we're going to do now is just go and... Let's see. Attack the slaver scum, of course. I don't really need new crew. But we're going to make this happen. Just gotta let everything charge. I'm actually sitting on not seeing my boarding team, which is interesting. Like I have mentioned probably before, this is a post commentary, so I don't exactly know for sure why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing, but I'm doing them. So I'm just a little apprehensive to board, I guess, at first, even though there's not much in the way of things to stop me other than door control. But with these shields not breaking down, it's a tough nut to crack. Would be easier if I actually had that last little basic laser to fire. For now it's like that ship is the dodging king, but gotta make a move. Fortunately, these guys are foot planning it, going one at a time, at least at first. So let's see here. Do I want to surrender? I mean, I don't need another crew, so... Now I just have to worry about actually taking out the ship versus taking out the crew. And my transporter's not quite ready, and of course now I'm actually taking fire because I didn't get my cloak off on time, so poo-poo on that. Gonna need some quick repairs there. Not the way I wanted this fight to go. So just might as well kill him here. 75 scrap, still pretty good, not as good as it could have been. So, distress beacon. Maybe, you can do it. There we go. Alright, so distress signal, search the ship, and it's abandoned. That is, I believe, the crystal crew member, or the stasis pod event again, but since we already have a crystal crew member with no way to go home, it's such a shame in a way. So let's see here. Is that just an asteroid belt? No, it's near a star. We don't want that, or an asteroid field. I mean, I only have 3 shields. I'm almost at 4. But this is another laser boat. And I don't like the burst laser too. Once again, I don't particularly like boarding in asteroid fields. But this ship has enough health to where it'll probably be okay. So I just gotta see which way they're going, and it looks like this time I'm finally gonna be clever enough to actually use my lockdown ability defensively. Because lockdown, if you haven't seen it before, is actually a skill where you can block somebody out of a room, so while they're busting down that door, they'll have to break down the door, then the room, and I actually set that room on fire, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, with their shields hurting, it's not going to be the best thing in the world, but they don't actually have... Okay, there's my lockdown. But they don't actually have a med bay to heal themselves back up, so... I could conceivably clean up this whole mess. Or I could just go for a non-transport strategy and just try and fry everybody that's in there. Which seems like that's what I'm inclined to do. You don't always have to... Just because you have a transporter doesn't mean you have to get it every single time. But yeah, their FTL's deactivated. That surrender sucks for Sector 7. So I could try and kill him with 1 health left. But like I said before, in an asteroid field, that's asking to get murdered. And there's the poor rock guy breaking into the cloaking just to transport right as I'm firing onto the ship. So he's transported from one death to another. There's like extra half seconds of life to reflect everything he's done in his, I guess his rock existence. I'm not sure how long they live. Apparently not that long when they face me. So next jump, 100 scrap, nearly full life, and it's a Zoltan ship with a burst laser and a glaive beam. Hey, Dread Pirate Tuco, you suck. And there's two... There's a Zoltan shield, 4 shields, glaive beam, burst laser, medbay. Pretty much an awful combo as you can get. Especially when I cannot shoot and hit to save my life. And I actually could have had max shields here. Which means I'd still get damage from the beam, but unfortunately, because there's a medbay, I could be in trouble here, but I do have cloak. What I should be doing is cloaking out of this burst laser shot. Because that glaive beam's about to fire and it's gonna hurt. Yes, I actually get the cloak off. Wow, I'm impressed with my ability to not be aware of my surroundings. So actually hull lasered that one rock guy down. I don't know if I meant to do that, or probably, I'll say that I meant to do that. Yeah, that works. Works quite nicely. So, max shields, finally. Just gotta let everybody heal up. And we'll have to shift some energy over eventually, but nothing too terrible. Okay, and what's next? Alright, so short-range scanner discover useful materials. And we have enough health. We could explore it and not really hurt, and we get, well, you know, a sudden asteroid field and a kind of scary drone boat. But now that I have max shields, it's a little less scary. If that's a defense drone Mark II that's shooting down my lasers, which it is, it's going to be tougher to crack. With the medbay and the burst laser and the pike beam and the asteroids, I could actually take some damage here. So it'd be a good time to actually transport on. Unfortunately, I did hurt their shields quite a bit. Let's see what I do. Go into the cockpit. Yeah, it's the fun part about some of these commentaries. Sometimes you're just like, what was I thinking? I don't even know. It's actually a pretty tough fight for a boarding crew to try and take on, and this is where maybe I should have sent the crystal guy on there. At least just to prevent access to that room, because right now I'm taking a lot of damage. And unfortunately, the repair of the med bay is going inhibited, so I have a feeling that's going to come back to bite me, especially when my beam weapon isn't doing anything. Their doors are currently problematic. Kinkers or Kirkner's at 25 health, so run. Another boarding objective not complete as I'm getting blasted by everybody running by. Yeah, so they have a med bay again. That sucked. Definitely should have used the crystal guy there, but I can guess instead we're just gonna shoot these guys out of the sky. I have a good, like I said, I have a good weapon loadout. Of course they could escape here, which would be an extra kick in the nuts because I fought these guys. At least they haven't done any damage to me yet, but just 2 repair drones. The jump's happening right now if I don't get these shots off. Can I do it? Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. And they're about to jump. Well, you guys are actually jumping and you're going to survive, and then you surrender. Accept it. There we accept it. There we go. No way I was going to kill them in time. Maybe if I had an FTL jammer. So we're just going to keep going up, and this is where I realize, oh, the exit is all the way in the bottom right. Shit. But we're here, another ship, another med bay. Missile launcher this time. I've managed to avoid those for a little while. And I don't have my engines fully powered. Let's see when I figure that one out. Maybe I do now. Well, it'll be okay. Because I did actually manage to take down their 3 shields. And I managed to not take down their medbay. But there are 2 mantis and 2 squishies on there. And for some odd reason I transport into the 4-person room, but I seem to have a lot more combat experience than these guys. So if I can shoot them down while they're in the med bay, I'll set it on fire. That's even better. So now I just have to see, can I actually take out this entire crew? I think I'm actually going to be able to. That 1 NG could clean up my 1 guy even by himself. But it looks like I got this. Matu is close. There we go. 2 missiles and 65 scraps, so not best ever, but at least I don't have to stick around on a ship that's on fire. So just quick heal. At least I still have my med bay powered. I'm sitting on a lot of scrap I could be using for my ship, though. Let's see here, 1 more weapon power there is good, even if I don't have an extra energy for it, because that gives me an extra laser shot. See what this distress beacon has in store. Okay. Well, sensors pick up a single life form. Let's get on the surface, because the slug crew member will let you know whether he's good or not good, and usually the slug crew member says, this person's crazy, let's shoot him out the airlock. And we do, and everyone laughs and lives happily ever after. So mercenary actually is a pretty nasty loadout. But I had to think for a second because there's 2 missile launchers there. You never want to fight that. Fortunately, they derp it up and port into the room that doesn't really need air anyway. Unfortunately, I derp it up and didn't actually heal my boarding crew all the way. But I have 1 extra laser shot, and that can make all the difference here. So I guess the other question is, am I going to actually board first or just defend the med bay first? Looks like I'm defending the med bay. Probably the right call. Because if I can take out their big missile launcher... How in the hell did I take damage there? Must have been hit by a missile, because I'm smart. Fortunately, I do elect to dodge the larger missile. I can be smart sometimes. So let's see here. I have successfully done pretty much no damage. So let's see if I can change that. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be able to do at least a little bit. And they have a level 2 med bay, at least. So I'm going to have to do another laser shot and hope that I can take these guys down a little faster. So all laser fire on the med bay. There we go. I think I actually killed the human there. Yep. So big, scary missile. I'm not going to be able to cloak out of it, and it nearly kills Beth. Great. Don't want to lose my weapons person right at the very end. And don't want this NG to repair. Fortunately, 2 Mantis at max combat can out-heal a level 1 medbay, or out-damage a level 1 medbay really fast. So, took 1 missile shot I didn't want to take. Weapon systems are going to get repaired. The rest of my crew needs to make themselves useful here. Okay, and no one else appears to be hurt. So as soon as we get these straightened out, any other Systems I'd like to include. Funny that I haven't really upped my engine power too much, but the rebel fleet's coming. There we go. A little bit more system power will do the trick. And max doors, because we don't want these borders sticking around. And now I'm back up to 37 dodge. My engine guy actually... Zas needs to get in gear and actually finish leveling his dodge chance. But what do we got? We got an anti-personnel drone and a boarding drone. That's fucking weak. And because I don't have level 2 oxygen, and actually this ship seems to have also hacked my engines and knocked them down a little bit. Do I cloak out the missile? Yes. Do I then fire on the weapon system? Check. Now they have a lot of shit on their boat that could actually hurt me. And if I can take out the anti-personnel drone, that'd be good, but the beam's just so damn slow for the whole beam. It gives me a new appreciation for the pike beam, that's for sure. Let's see here. Do I actually manage to take this guy out? Almost. As long as I don't get missiled. That was actually closer than I would have liked. So I don't think I'm going to be boarding here, because my beam just is not cutting it, at least in terms of doing damage to all those rooms. So use some Mantis power to finish this guy off. And another boarding drone is coming, but if I can kill the ship in time, it'll be easy peasy. And let's see here, two. Oh yeah, I actually did enough damage. So we don't need you guys repairing. There we go. And if you look right in the middle of the ship there's a boarding drone going whee all the way home. Just floating aimlessly in space. There we go. Good time to level up just a few more things. We're towards the end of Sector 7, which means the last stand soon. My ship should make it. Let's see. Obviously contemplating something complicated that I don't spend scrap at all and don't finish repairing my cloaking area. Interesting. Okay, looks like we got some engine power, so... And time to fight some more slavers, and this is actually going to be a really easy ship to board. Only problem is this is also an easy ship to get killed on. And what are they doing? What am I doing? Why am I not immediately boarding these guys? There we go. That's what we want to do. Now they do have fancy door control. If I'm smart, there we go. Take out the cockpit and shoot at the weapons. Hopefully I can get them all down. Hopefully I can actually dodge this missile. Okay, once again my medbay's out. This time my medbay's on fire. That's lovely. But it looks like I'll be able to do enough damage before they get off another missile shot, so that's good. For some reason I haven't cloaked yet. Oh, that's because they haven't actually fired their big missile yet. Okay. So this is all kind of a fun mystery to me, and that's when I realized, oh wait, the door's not there. Oh look, long-range scanners I can break down into scrap. All good stuff, except for the whole fire spreading through the cabin thing. There we go, and only some of my ship has air. This feels more like an FTL game where I have holes in my hull. I could upgrade to level 2 oxygen and just patch that hole, but I haven't. There we go. Go, somebody repair that cloaking. So store, that store's not going to give me anything useful. But apparently I decided to check anyway. So hey, things that I don't necessarily do very smartly. I don't need fuel. Actually, it does give me something I can use. A hull laser is actually a really nice upgrade compared to the basic laser. So poo-poo on me, I apparently had the right idea the first time. Because I can switch out the hull laser and the basic laser. And I will have even more devastating fire, and pretty much everything will melt before me. Before I can actually probably viably board it even, I just need to spend 100 scrap, which will be easy to get in 1 or 2 fights in the last stand. So I could repair myself, but it doesn't seem like I'm doing that here. I mean, you do get some repairs in the last stand. Yeah, just one more jump. As soon as we get all the stuff patched up, go straight to the exit. Not gonna mess around. I want to win with this ship and check that box. And oh good, we actually get a repair station, so haha, that worked out. That's it, that's Sector 7. And next time we're gonna go back to live commentary. So I will see you all next time.